everybody, Joe here. Today, I'd like to talk about what I use at conventions to create my PC portraits, player character portraits. I have a lot of fun. It's great. I love interacting with people and figuring out what their characters are and what they do. But I have a certain set of tools that I bring when I draw on my table tents, and I'd like to go through those today. The first and most important thing that I use is a drawing board. It's basically, I just need, when I'm at a table, I've got all my stuff set up, I need a place where I can work that gives me a flat surface and is big enough to work with my table tents. And they're generally a little bit like 8.5 by 11 is about the size, and I'm working on some, where the portrait itself is smaller than that. So this size board, which I think is 13 by 17 or might be 13 by 18, but is the perfect size. So I just need it, and I think it's a great thing. So that's the first thing that I use. The second thing I use are these Acurit Upsyde angle lifts, and they're great. They're just these little rubber, they're little rubber squares, and they stack. So I can get two stacked and put my drawing board on top of them, and it gives me this perfect, real stable angle that I can work with on a flat table. So I think they're another essential tool. When it comes to the paper, generally I'm using, I guess that would be the next thing. So generally with the paper, it's just either my sketchbook or, like I said, the table tents. So that's what I'm mostly drawing on. So what I first draw with is my trusty Pentel 0.5 millimeter, and I keep a 2H lead in these so that it's a lot easier to erase. It's lighter. I don't push down very hard, and then that way I make sure that all of my pencil lines are erased when I'm done. So that's another great thing that I use. Once the pencil's done, then I go in with the Molotow Molotow Blackliners, and I use them for the main inking. So my first inking I start with, I generally use the 0.2 millimeter. And then if I need any darker areas, I go in with the 0.4 or the 1.0. There's a 0.1 that I sometimes use if for some reason I need a real fine detail. But I have the 0.05, but the 0.05 I rarely use because it's really small. So generally it's the 0.1 or the 0.2 that I ink most of the character with. And then I finish that up. So I let that dry, and I think they dry pretty fast, but generally what I do is I'll give myself at least 10 to 15 minutes because I don't want to risk smearing the ink at all. Once things dry, then I go in with a plastic eraser, and I use one of these just retractable erasers, and then everything's perfect, comes up. The worst part of that is that it does leave some debris, and I try and sweep that away from the things that I'm selling, because I've swept it towards the things I'm selling, and then I have to kind of go and clean everything off. So that's a key thing. Make sure you sweep towards yourself onto your lap. So that's another good thing, the retractable eraser. So then I go in with the Inktense colored pencils. I color the whole entire image, and then I work it in with my water brush, and I make sure that everything is basically set. So, because I figure the water sets the ink, and then I go through, if I need to, once that's dry, I let that dry. I go through with another pass, making sure if there's any areas I missed, and just basically refining the whole thing. Now, the final step that sometimes I do, but I'm usually pretty good about making sure that if something's got to be white, I leave it white. And if I haven't, though, if I need, maybe there's a highlight in an eye or something that I need, then I go in with my Molotow One for All acrylic twin, because that way I've got a real fine point, a 1.5 millimeter or a 4 millimeter. So generally, though, I'm pretty good about leaving the whites alone. So that's my kit. I also bring a whole lot of other things just in case there's some downtime and I want to kind of make sure I'm looking busy at the booth. But honestly, it's a lot of fun working with people. There you have it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask down below, and I'll be sure to help you out in any way I can. If you happen to want to find one of these items, I've put links down below that are affiliate links. So anything you purchase through those links helps me out. and helps the channel out so I can do more of these videos. So it's you know, basically I'm gonna keep having fun. So thanks a lot, everybody. I really appreciate it. If you can give somebody a reason to smile, you just might get to smile too. Thanks a lot, everyone. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Yo!